Hello everyone and welcome back to PA Academy. So in the course of this video, we've been looking at the Gauss elimination method of solving linear equation. Alright, so in the previous example, we also looked at how to simplify a set of equations like this using the Gauss elimination method. So if you missed that, kindly check our playlist. Okay, you'll find the video there, or you can just check the description of the video if you find a link there. Alright, so now let's look at the second example. Now, if you've watched the first example, I want you to just pause this video and use the knowledge and the idea from the first video to attempt this question, and just let me know if you arrive at the correct answer with what I'm going to be getting at the end of this video. This is just to test your knowledge and understanding on what you've watched in the first video. Okay, so with that being said, let me know what your answer is in the comment section also. So now let's go ahead and solve this using Gauss elimination method. So like I said in the previous method, you are going to be picking the equations in two. So let me go ahead and indicate. Let me just write this. Let's take this as equation 1, this is our equation 2, and this is our equation 3. All right. Like I said before, you are going to be picking the equation in twos, so you can work with equation 1 and equation 2 to simplify. Then you pick equation 2 and 3 or 1 and 3, depending on, if you do everything correctly, irrespective of the order in which you pick them, you are going to arrive at the same answer. All right. So for this now, I'm going to be combining equation 1 and 2. So let me just go ahead and write it that. So I've started the solution already. So let me say combining equation 1 and 2, equation 1 and equation 2. All right. So for us to work with equation 1 and 2, you can see that if you look at it right here, if you decide to add or subtract anything, it can't cancel either x, y, or z. All right. So for us to be able to achieve that, so what we'll just do is we'll multiply. So let's go ahead and multiply equation 1 by 4, and then equation 2 by 3. All right. So and equation 2 by 3. So what we are trying to do is, if you should do that, we are going to be able to cancel out this x here. All right. So let's see what it will look like. So if you should multiply equation 1 by 4, all right, so we are going to be having, that means we are going to multiply everything here by 4, and we're going to multiply everything here by 3. So basically the concept is, if you are combining, since we are combining this, okay, so you just use this value to multiply everything here, and then you use this value to multiply everything here. So that's just the simple logic behind what we want to do now. Okay, so in doing that, we are going to be having 12x plus 8y minus 4z equals to, so 19 times 4, that's 76. All right, so if you should do the same thing to equation 2, we multiply through by 3, we are going to be having 12x minus 3y plus 6z equals to 12. All right, so with this now, we can easily subtract them. Okay, so let me put in, okay, so like I said in the previous video, in some cases you might need to add up. Okay, so but the aim is to be able to cancel out either x, y, or z out of the equation. All right, so if you subtract now, this can cancel out because we are having 12x minus 12x. Okay, so it can cancel out like that. So with that, we are having 8y minus 3, and that will give us 11y. Now, this is another thing you need to take note of, okay, is some of these signs. Okay, you can see we have a negative here, we have another negative here, which becomes positive. So don't get carried away or do the mistake of just ignoring them. Okay, so sometimes you might just look at, okay, 8 minus 3, 5y, forgetting that we are working with a negative here. Okay, so these are some of the mistakes that students make when solving something like this. So we're having minus 4z minus 6 z. Okay, so that will give us minus 10z. Okay, because this is minus and plus. Okay, and then equals to 76 minus 12, that's going to give us 64. Okay, so let's take this as our equation 4. Okay, so next one to do now is to combine equation. So now let's combine. Let's work with equation 2 and 3. Equation 2 and 3. All right, so in doing that, let me write out our equation 2 and 3. So we are having 4x minus y plus 2z equals to 4. That's our equation 2. And our equation 3 is 2x plus 4y minus 5z equals to 32. So from this equation 2 and 3, now for us to eliminate this x here, we have to make sure they are the same thing. And what we can do is to make sure that this is becoming 4. All right, so that since we already have this to be 4x, and for us to achieve that, what we just need to do is to multiply everything here. This is our equation 3 by 2. Okay, so in doing that, so we are going to be having 4x minus y plus 2z equals to 4. And then we're also going to be having 4x. So there's this 2 here is multiplying everything right here. Okay, that'll be 4x plus 8y minus 10z equals to 64. Okay, so now we can go ahead and subtract. So if you should subtract this is cancelling this, right? So we are going to be having minus y minus plus 8. That will give us, so this will just give us minus 9y. Okay, and then we are having 2. This is 2 minus 10. So that will give us plus 12 z, then equals to, we are having 4 right here minus 64. Okay, so that will give us minus 60. Okay, so this will be our equation 5. So just to make it easy, I can just rewrite this as 9y minus 12z equals to 60. Okay, so still this, what I just did is to multiply through by minus 1. Okay, all right, so next in line is for us to combine our equation 4 and 5. Okay, so if I should have it as combining equation 4 and 5. Okay, so remember what our equation 4, what we got as our equation 4, which is this right here, 11y minus 10z equals to 64. So I'll go ahead and bring it here. 11y minus 10z equals to 64, and our equation 5 was 9y minus 12z equals to 60. Okay, so the same thing we want to do here, we want to try to eliminate, you can decide to eliminate z, you can decide to eliminate y. Okay, but I want to use y. I always like to use what is at the left, the most left. Okay, so with that, we are going to be multiplying this by 9, and we are going to multiply this by 11. So if you should do this correctly, so we are going to be having 11y times 9, so that will give us 99y minus 90z. This is 64 times 9, that will give us 576. Okay, so if you should do this for this part also, we are going to be having 99y minus, so 12 times 11, that will give us 132z equals to, so 60 times 11 will give us 660. So with this now, we can easily subtract them. So this cancels this. So we are going to be having minus 90 minus 132. So that's like minus 90 plus 132. And that will give us 42. We're going to be having 42z equals to, so 576 minus 660. Okay, so that will give us minus 84. Okay, so with this now we can make z the subject formula by dividing both sides by 42. So with that, we're going to be having our z equals to minus 84 over 42. All right, and this will give us minus 2. So with this now we've gotten our z. So that means the value of our z is equals to minus 2. So just take note of this. We've gotten one of the values. Now what we want to do now is to substitute the value of z into any of the equation that has both z and y to get our y, or if you have z and x, so that you can get your x. Okay, so with this now, let's say, so let me write this as substitute the value of z equals to minus 2 into equation, so let's use equation 5. So let's see again what our equation 5, so this is our equation 5 right here. 9y minus 12z equals to 60. So we have it to be 9y minus 12z equals to 60. So that will be 9y minus 12 into bracket minus 2 equals to 60. okay, and that will be giving us 9y plus 24 equals to 60. Okay, so that will be 9y equals to 60. So if you bring this 24 to the other side, you're going to be having minus 24, and this will give us 36. All right, so with this now we have our 9y equals to 36, and if we should divide both sides by 9 so that we can get our y, so that means our y will be equals to 36 over 9, and that's giving us 4. So now we've gotten z also, so we can now use this to get our, we need x now. Okay, so now what we want to do is to substitute the value of z and y into equation. So you can use either equation 1, equation 2, or equation 3. Okay, so but for this now, let's make use of equation 1. So don't forget, our equation 1 was given to be 3x plus 2y minus z equals to 19. So you can use the initial value of your equation 1 before you start multiplying them by either 2 or whatever values. Okay, so in doing this, we are going to be having 3x plus 2, remember our y is 4, minus our z, we've got it to be minus 2, equals to 19. So with this, we are going to be having 3x plus 8 and then plus 2. Okay, so this is minus times minus. Okay, so that will give us plus equals to 19. So you're having 3x plus 10 equals to 19. All right, and then our 3x equals to 19 minus 10, because we are taking this to the other side of the equals to sign, and that will give us 9. So that means our 3x equals to 9. So if you divide both sides by 3, so we are going to be having our x equals to 9 over 3, which is equals to 3. Now with this, now we've gotten the value of our x. So we can conclude that in solving that equation, we've gotten our x to be equals to 3, our y equals to 4, and then our value of our z is equals to minus 2. So you can also use your calculator to always confirm your answer depending on the nature of exam test or how you're applying it. If you have access to calculator, you can also use it to confirm this. Okay, and also let me know in the comment section if you also arrived at this answer before going through the solution with me. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. I hope you find value. Again, if you have any question or any doubts, let me know in the comment section. If there's any parts that you are missing it or that you're not getting it, I'll just encourage you to watch the video again, and that will give you a better understanding. All right, so with that, we'll be going back to the next part, which is the Gaussian method. So with that, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. But before you go, do make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go ahead right now. If you are yet to subscribe, click on that subscribe button to subscribe to the channel.